Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Jesse. Jesse is from Tennessee in the USA. So let's see what Jesse has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hello,
Hello Jesse, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you so much. Perfect. So Jesse, how is your morning going so far?
It's going good. Today was the half marathon here in Knoxville, Tennessee, so I ran that.
Did you?
I did. I run it every year.
Oh wow. So tell me a little bit about it. How was the journey?
It was a little chilly this morning, so it was kind of cold, but that's actually better than it being too hot for running. But I did good. I'm a little older now than I was when I first started, so my times get slower, but it's fun.
How long did it take for you to finish the journey?
2 hours, 12 minutes.
Wow, that's a long journey. Wow. And how was the preparation? How long did it take for you to get ready for the marathon?
So I do a training program that starts in January. So we run every weekend, we up the mileage. And then during the week, we run about 1 to 2 miles, like on Mondays, like and Wednesdays type deal. And then on the weekends, we run the long times. So the half marathon's only 13 miles, and you never actually run that far training. You make it to about 10 miles, but if you can run 10 miles, you can run 13. So,
For sure. The name of your city is Knoxville.
yes, Knoxville.
Knoxville. What's the best part of living there?
Ooh, the best part of living here. That's a fun question. Actually, the outdoors. It's pretty mountainous here. So we're kind of in a valley in Knoxville. So there's a plateau to the west of us, and then to the east of us is the Smoky Mountains. So the best part is kind of the outdoorsy stuff that you can do here. You can kayak, you can go up in the mountains and ski in the winter. It snows up there, not down here, thank God, because I don't like the snow. But up there it snows, and you can ski, you can kayak. There's lakes all around, trails to walk and do like all that kind of stuff. We're mountainous people here.
Amazing.
Actually, it was settled by the Scottish, so.
Oh, really? Ah. So
Yeah.
I'd like you to answer some question with your best Scottish accents. You'll be able to?
Oh God, I don't know if I could do a Scottish accent. I could try.
Right, and that's the place where you were born or not?
No, I was born in Florida.
Oh, wow. And how far is Florida from Tennessee?
Where I was born, it's about 500 miles south. It's very far south. Florida's probably where I was born in Florida. It's like palm trees and summertime all the time, tropical weather type deal. Think of like Central America more than you do any place in England. Yeah, Florida is very different from Tennessee for sure. Yeah, I was born there and I grew up in upstate New York.
Hmm. And your family all back in Florida or not?
No, my family's all over. So I have some family here. I have some family in Tampa, Florida. I also have family in Idaho, which is in the Rocky Mountains of the U.S. And then I also have family in Ohio.
Wow, you say about Idaho. I had my first guest on the show for Idaho 2 weeks ago, and I've got over 500 people around the globe, and most of my guests on the show, they're from America, different states. But I had someone from Idaho a few weeks ago, and today actually I had someone from Idaho as well, but he's living now in Las Vegas. So it's good to see different parts of America. It's good to see different people.
Oh, Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a fun place to visit. I don't think I could ever live there.
And what do you do for a living, Jesse?
I'm in insurance, so I work for AAA. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is there, but we do insurance, we do travel. So if somebody's car breaks down, we come and help them. That's kind of like our job. So, but I work in the insurance side of AAA, so our members can get life insurance, house insurance, auto insurance through me.
Good, you are the expert one, all regarding insurance.
Yes, I'm in insurance. Yes.
Okay, Jesse, so just before we start our journey, really in the magic box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself.
Something interesting. Okay. I'm not very interesting, honestly. I play ball, or not volleyball. I do play volleyball, but I play softball in a league here in Knoxville, and we travel just around the United States. We go all over. We travel. We're a traveling softball team. I'm the first baseman, and I'm the fifth batter on the team. I also can play the tenor saxophone. I don't know if that's interesting or not.
What to say? Sorry, the last one what to say? What did you say?
The
You can
tenor
put-
sax. I can play the tenor sax.
You can play Tennessee accent.
No. The tenor saxophone, like Bill Clinton.
Oh, I see. I got it. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's very interesting for sure. Wow. Amazing. And you've been training for a long time or not?
Yeah, I played it since I was probably by maybe 10 years old.
Wow. Amazing. Do you have one close to you that you could play a little bit in the end or not?
I don't have one with me, unfortunately. I wish I did. I would
Next time.
I would definitely play something for you.
Amazing. Next time. Right,
Yes.
Jess. So are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Okay.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my lovely box. Random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question, okay? Let's do it. Okay, Jesse from Tennessee. So before we start the game, through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, I always can change, okay? It's all very friendly.
Sure.
First question for you is, who has been the most influential person in your life and why?
Yeah, that's a good question. My father.
Tell me about it.
Just because he's probably the best human being I've ever met. He's a really good guy. He always does right by everybody, and he's always going to make the right decision, if that makes any sense. Like, he's going to look at things from all perspectives, and he's always going to do what's good. He's just a really, really, really good guy. Everybody loves him. He's in his 60s and he's still attractive. He's a great guy. Love him to death. He's a good moral compass to always like anchor yourself to. So my dad.
Oh, and very beautiful. He's gonna be very happy to see that in the interview for sure.
I hope so.
And if you could define your dad in one positive word and one negative word, what that would be?
Positive word. He's fun. He's just fun. Like, he's just a fun person. Negative, he's stubborn.
It can be a good thing as well. Depends the way it goes. You know what I mean?
Correct. I've definitely inherited that trait for him, so I can say the fact he's stubborn. Yes.
Next question. Okay, Jesse. Next question for you is: if you could be a character in a movie, who that would be and why?
Oh, I'd be Hawkeye from Marvel.
Tell me why.
First of all, I have a crush on him, so there's that. Second, he has a bow and arrow. That's just cool.
Amazing. That's it. It's enough. Just that says everything. Next question. Jesse, before the next question, tell me what do you like the most about your job? And of course, there's always a challenging part as well. What that would be?
What I like the most about my job, honestly, it's the people I work with. I know that's like a cliche answer, but they are so much fun. We have a great time. It's a really laid back environment. There's not a whole lot of pressure, which I definitely like as far as my job goes. And I can just go to work and like have a good time for 8 hours and get paid for it. Like, you can't beat that. Now, negative on it is when you can't, when members come in and they want something, like say they want to get insurance for something and you're not able to help them, because they just don't qualify for some reason or whatever happened, you just can't help them. That's the negative side, because you really want to be able to help people and sometimes you just can't. So that's the negative side. Having to tell people no.
Think that yeah, carry on, sorry.
No, you're fine. But like, as far as like the actual job goes, like the people I work with, I wouldn't miss it for the world. They're so much fun.
Saying that, Jesse, what kind of clients or people that mostly they look for you, like regarding life insurance or other let's say other parts, or what are the most frequent questions or kind of clients that come after you?
Sure. So the most frequent question is probably people who want to, really what people want is to lower the cost, right? So they have, everybody who has a mortgage in the United States, a lender is going to require homeowners insurance. They're going to make you have that in order to get a loan with them. So they're looking for insurance regardless. They don't have a choice. Most people aren't paying cash for their houses. Let's just be honest. So most people are borrowing money, and when they borrow money, they're going to have insurance. And then also auto insurance is required in America for at least liability insurance for wrecks. So if you wreck and it's your fault, you have to have insurance at least to cover the other car that you hit. So those two types of insurance, although not mandatory, are, most people are going to need both. And being able to help people get that in a cost-efficient way is very, very helpful. And like I said, the only negative to that is when you can't help people, because our customers have to be members. They have to be members of AAA, and we won't give insurance to just anybody, if that makes any sense. Like, you have to fit certain requirements in order for us to insure you. So, but again, like I said, I can broker out with other companies that will insure people that we may not be able to insure. So we can still help you, but I don't like saying no to people. I don't like turning people down. I'm kind of a people pleaser, so I hate it when I have to do that. But it isn't nice to be able to, like, I mean, someone who lives in Texas, first of all, I don't know what you know about the central part of the United States, but they get a lot of tornadoes. So if we insure somebody whose home gets hit by a tornado and now we are able to pay them out and they're able to like get a new place, that's nice to be able to help people like that when something bad happens because they need help.
And how often, as you say about you don't like saying no, but how often that happens through your, let's say, your daily work environment?
Actually, not often. I mean, if our company can't give you insurance, I can broker you out with somebody else. So like Progressive or Travelers, or we can usually say yes in some aspect, but we might not be able to get you exactly what you were looking for when you came in, if that makes any sense.
I see. All right. Next question for you is, I love this question.
Okay.
Send away a message to someone, but you don't need to tell who this message is for.
Okay. I love you, and I will always love you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I can see your eyes shining saying that.
Yes. This person will know exactly who it is. So.
Oh, sweet. Next question. Jesse, next question is, what is the biggest risk have you ever taken?
Ooh, biggest risk I've ever taken. Honestly, I think it was when I moved down here. I was an 18-year-old, just graduated high school, didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I moved to Tennessee from Ohio, which is a big change. Yes, it's still the United States, but they're not the same. It was a big change. It was a big change, and it was probably the biggest risk I've ever taken, and it's worked out really well for me, so I'm really glad I did it.
And why Tennessee? Or why from Ohio to Tennessee?
A couple reasons. My mom lived down here, so I was going to be able to be close to her, and I also got scholarships at the University of Tennessee to help pay for my tuition. So that's why I picked UT, and I had a blast. I loved it. things I probably shouldn't even tell, but yeah, I had a good time.
And you see yourself living for a long period in Tennessee?
Yeah, I do. I've lived here for probably 20 years now. I mean, I would leave. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love it here. I think that it's a fun place to be. If I did see myself anywhere else besides here, it would probably be Tampa. My business actually has their headquarters there, and I have ties to Tampa. So if I ever lived anywhere else besides here, it would probably be Tampa, Florida.
Great. Next question. But before the next question, when I was checking your profile on social media, on Facebook, there was a phrase that got my attention, and I'm going to tell you the phrase, and I'd like to tell you something about it, what that means. It says there's really one thing to know about me. Go Vols, always. Tell me about it.
So, yeah, that's the University of Tennessee. We're the Volunteers. That's our mascot. So Go Vols is our sign. This is our signature. I love UT, and I've always loved UT. Look, you can see behind me in the background there. That's our state flag.
Ah.
Yeah, that's our tri-star. It's the Middle Tennessee, West Tennessee, and East Tennessee. So Memphis, Nashville, and Knoxville. I love it here. It's just been, and the reason why is because it's kind of where I found myself, to be honest with you. Like, I was able to be Jesse here and find who Jesse is and what Jesse likes and what makes Jesse happy. So this area has kind of become encompassed with like me finding myself as a person. So, and the University of Tennessee was a big part of that. So I love it there. I went to school there. I got my degree there, and it really changed my life in a very positive way. So that's why.
Go Vols.
Yes, always go Vols.
I love it. Next question is, what is the nicest thing a family member has ever done for you?
Oh, the nicest thing a family member's ever done for me. My father, again, it's him. It's always him. He paid for my college tuition, and he didn't even tell me he did it. It was kind of like on the down low. I was getting ready to pay for my tuition, and I realized it was already paid, and I was confused by that. I was like, who paid for it? And it was my dad. He had done that for me, and then I went back to Ohio for Christmas, and their Christmas present to me that year was, hey, you don't have to pay us back. And I was like, thank you. That was really sweet. I mean, it was a lot of money, and he did that for me just because. He just wants to see me succeed, and it was really sweet of him to do that, and it was probably the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. So, yeah.
Oh, sweet. And so he lives in Ohio?
He does. He lives near Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know if you know where that is.
See, of course I do. I've been there before. I'm joking.
You've been to Cleveland?
I'm joking.
No. Lake Erie, if that means anything to you.
One day, I'm gonna fly to Tennessee. I'm gonna meet you there, and you're gonna show me around Ohio and also Tampa in Florida. Deal.
Sure. Yeah. Do you like roller coasters?
And you're gonna go Vols. You're gonna go like
yes,
that.
Always go Vols. Always go Vols. Well, do you like roller coasters?
Say again.
You like roller coasters?
I do. Yeah. I'm not good at it, but yes, I can try. Of course, always a challenge, and I like it.
Well, we'll take you to the roller coasters up in Ohio. There's a lot of them up there. So yeah.
Deal. I love it. Next question. Next question for you, Jesse. Okay. What question would you like to be asked?
Ooh. What question would I like to be asked? What's my favorite vacation I've ever been on?
So what that would be? What would be the answer?
That's an easy one. I went to New York City in 2019. It was before COVID hit, thank God. But it was World Pride. and it's the first time it's ever been in the United States. They don't ever do it here because we're not the greatest when it comes to things like that. So they did it because it was like in memory of the Stonewall riots back in the 70s, and that which was in New York. But it was a blast. I went up there with 3 of my friends, and the whole city, all of Manhattan, was gay pride as far as the eye can see. We were the majority, and we're never the majority anywhere. And we were that weekend. It was all about us. And it was, and of course, New York is New York. It's like, it's New York. And it was pride, and it was fun, and there was a parade and parties, and just everybody you saw it was just us everywhere. And
Wow.
it was just the most fun trip I've ever been on in my entire life. It was the summertime, it was warm, it was fun, the weather was gorgeous. We were in New York City, we were in Manhattan, and it was just the time of my life. It was
Saying that,
I would never trade for anything.
saying that, Jesse, being a gay guy, did you always have the support of your family? And if you could tell me when you came out, what was the reason why? You just felt like, okay, it's the time now, or something happened to you, or you just felt comfortable saying? Tell me a little bit about it, if you can share.
Sure. Yeah. No, I would definitely share. It's funny because I never actually came out. I was outed by an ex-girlfriend.
Oops.
Yeah. She did it for me, and honestly, when I think back on it, I was mad at her at the time because I wasn't ready, but I'm not sure I ever would have done it on my own because I don't know if I had the strength to do it, to be honest with you. So I actually should thank her for that she did it for me. I was 19. I was a sophomore in college, and I was here, of course, in Tennessee. Part of me finding myself here was that, being comfortable being a homosexual and all that. And my family actually handled it really well. Again, I keep going back to my father. He was the most supportive person. He was just fantastic. And he's a football coach, not your football, American football, not soccer. Yeah, he was a head football coach here in Ohio. So a very masculine sport, obviously, and he was the very biggest supporter I could have ever had. He called me. He's like, I heard what happened. He's like, Jesse, kind of always knew. We're not surprised. He's like, if you need me, I'll be there. And I was like, Dad, you're coaching. You can't come down here. You have your team to deal with. And he's like, you're my son. He's like, you're more important than any of them. And
Wow.
just him saying that was actually all I needed to hear. So he didn't come down here. I let him stay up in Ohio. I was like, you coaching, I'm fine. Just knowing that you would do it is all I needed to hear. And it was I'm very fortunate. I know a lot of people's stories are a lot different than that. And I know that a lot of people have had really, really rough times. I've dated people whose families still don't accept the fact that they're gay. So I'm very fortunate in my situations. I don't take that for granted, and I definitely am very thankful for it. And I know that it's a unique situation, so I appreciate that.
But your girlfriend at the time that she came out to them without your consent, or you kind of knew that she was?
No, it was definitely without my consent. She was just mad.
Oh my Lord. So
Listen,
it means
okay,
you want a girlfriend as a couple.
she's one of my best friends now. We're still fine. Her name is Amanda. She's great. She's a great person. We were 19. She was mad. Her feelings were hurt. She was my girlfriend, and she's like, wait, my boyfriend's gay. So she was definitely angry. So I'm not mad at her about it. And honestly, again, like I said, I'm not entirely sure I would have had the strength to have done it on my own. So she probably did me a favor. If I'm thinking.
Sure.
But no, we're definitely okay now. I understand. Like, you listen, we weren't even 20 years old yet. Like, a lot of maturity happens as you get older. So, she and I are totally okay. Yeah, but she totally doubted me.
Amanda, yeah, her name you said.
Her name is Amanda. She lives in Washington, D.C.
Amanda, I hope you're gonna be watching the interview, and I hope that you're gonna have a think about that.
Yes, lives in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Her name is Amanda. Everybody attack her.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
I'm kidding.
They're gonna go and they're gonna go and love her. Bring flowers to her.
Yes, bring flowers. She's a good sport. She's a good sport.
Great. Next question. Next question for you, Jesse. What is your favorite place in the entire world and why?
Oh. It's New York City. And the reason why is because it's so eclectic. It's so different. There is no other place on the planet like New York. It's very unique. Its history is unique. Its skyline is unique. The things that have happened there are unique, whether they're good or bad. I mean, 9/11 is obviously bad, but that's also a very unique experience to New York. It's just, you can see anything and everything and everyone there. And I wouldn't live there personally, but to visit there is just, it's like walking in history. It's, to me, I don't know, I'm a big dork like that. I think it's very fascinating. I think New York is crazy in a great way. And it's just, there's nowhere else like it. My mom's from there. She was born in Brooklyn. She grew up in the Bronx. It's just, it's part of my family. It's just part of America. It's just, I think New York is fascinating. So yeah, New York.
It's funny saying that because you said that you cannot picture yourself living there. Why is that?
Honestly, the only reason why is because I've just gotten so used to living here. It's just so different. Like, it's crazy that you can like be in Tennessee and then be in New York City, and it feels like they're two different countries. But you're in the same place. But like here, I don't know. I like the mountains. I like the nature. I like the outdoors. You just don't really have that there. I'm fascinated by it. My little brother lives in New Jersey, so I get to go up there and visit. He lives in Jersey City, so it's right across the river from New York, right from across the river from Manhattan. So he's like right there, so I can go up there anytime I want, and then go up there and see it, and then come back home and be here and just see like nature and mountains. And this is just more me.
It's very nice. Right, I have 3 questions left for you. Okay, let's do it. Jesse, as I can see, you know how much you enjoy and love being in Tennessee.
Yes.
You know, the place where you are, I can see your eyes how much you enjoy. But of course, there's always a challenge part as well. What that would be?
Oh, the challenge of living here. Oh, okay, that's easy. It's very conservative, and that's not me. So I have to kind of balance that. You know, so I love living here. I love UT. UT is where I found myself. Knoxville's a fun place to be, but politically, I don't really align with a lot of the people that live here. So that's the challenge. Yeah, it's a very conservative area, very religious. So you have to kind of balance those things and accept the fact that it's very conservative here.
Did you always have a situation with yourself being gay or not?
As far as like religion goes?
No, anything. Like, for example, did you ever have a situation like any kind of approach, or just the fact you are gay, or you never had any situation of like, you know, people, you know, like pointing at you or treating you in a different way, that's just because you're gay?
Sure. Honestly, not really. I think for the most part, people tend to only do that social media warrior type deal. Like everyone feels very confident when they're on their own Facebook or they're on Instagram, and they'll say all the things they want to say. But when they talk to you to your face, they tend to be more deliberate or more diplomatic, I guess is probably the word to use. They tend not to do that. I haven't always felt the most comfortable, especially like in public. Like I'm open about who I am, and I am at my job, and I am at every job I've ever been. So like I've never like hidden who I was, but you don't walk down the streets of Knoxville like holding your boyfriend's hand or making out or things like that. It's just that's not here yet. It's a I don't know. And then COVID happened, and everybody kind of like became recluses and didn't go anywhere or do anything. And then the whole mask thing, and around here, it's been a huge debate because they've politicized it here to a level that they probably haven't done in any other country besides here. Not to this level anyway. And it's just annoying. It's more annoying than it has been like overtly in my face. So I feel comfortable here, but I also know, like, I can read the room. I know what it's like. Does that make sense?
It does, totally, absolutely. Totally makes sense. I think with the COVID crisis, it in the end became more a political matter than anything else in the end.
Oh, yeah, they 100% took COVID and made it political. I mean, I don't know if anyone's done it better than we have. It's been a very political thing here for sure, and it doesn't need to be, but it's worked. So why not do it, I guess.
Great. Next question for you is, tell us a funny story or a moment that happened to you when you were a child at school.
Child at school, funny moment. Okay. So my second grade teacher, this is in Syracuse, New York. So this is upstate New York, very snowy. Think Norway. That's basically upstate New York. And part of our gym class was actually like, we did like cross-country skiing and went sled riding every day because there's always snow on the ground. Not down here, but up there, yes, always snow. So she was her name was Mrs. Clancy, and I called her Fancy Clancy because I thought she was a fancy lady. She was very proper and prim and always like put together. So that being the backstory, this was very embarrassing for her. This is, of course, I'm 41 years old. So I was in elementary school in the 80s. So we had a projector screen that you had like pulled down, and then she would like show movies or things on that screen. So like that's very different from how we do it now. But like back then, that's what you had to do. You had to pull down the screen, and there was a little hook on the bottom of the actual screen that she pulled down. Well, apparently it got hooked under her dress. And when she went to put it back up, it pulled her dress up over her head. So all we saw were her panties. And this is Fancy Clancy. She does never show her panties to a second grader. And I laughed my ass off at her. I was like, I saw her underwear. They were flowers. And I told my mom when I got home. She's like, how was school today? I was like, well, I saw Mrs. Clancy's underwear. She's like, why would she show you her underwear? I'm like, well, she didn't need to. She's not doing it on purpose, but yes, we all saw her underwear. Mm-hmm. It was probably the most embarrassing moment for her, but it was funny for me. I guess my most embarrassing moment would probably be in kindergarten when I peed myself at school.
Oops.
Yeah, and I blamed it on somebody else.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. I blamed it on the girl that sat next to me.
Oh.
They're like, Jesse, did you pee? I was like, no, she did. It was me. I did it.
I think your teacher, she's very lucky, because if it happened nowadays, imagine people making videos on social media and put it out.
Correct.
God.
Yes. It was very good in the 80s. In that now she'd be on Instagram.
It would go viral on TikTok, all those platforms.
Oh, yeah. She would be made fun of all over all of those things. She'd probably get fired from her job. Back then, we just were like, oh, no, that's her underwear. That's fine. We don't care.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, what's the weirdest food combination have you ever tried?
Okay, that's easy. It was on a cruise ship. I was in the Bahamas and we tried escargot, which is snails, I think. And we had it with, God, what are those called? Squid.
Okay.
Escargot and squid. And I was probably 14. And I wasn't my palate wasn't very diverse. I ate macaroni and cheese and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So squid and escargot was not on my palate. And
it's still not?
I ate it. I didn't like it. I ate it. Because I thought it was fancy. I was on a cruise ship and I was 14 years old and I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever done. Because I'm bald now, but I had hair then, and we went to the Bahamas and I got it braided because I thought it was cool.
Good one, very good.
Yeah.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Last question, Jess. Let's do it. But before the last question, people watching the interview, would you like to start a career working insurance? What would be your best piece of advice?
Ooh, best piece of advice. Patience, definitely patience. In order to be in insurance, you have to be licensed and you have to take an exam to do that. So it's a process. It's a process. And it's a hard exam. It's not easy. I will admit that. But have patience and perseverance. But you know what? You can make really, really good money. So you should do it. And you get to help people and protect them whenever they have losses in their lives. So it's rewarding and beneficial.
Very good. Last question for you is, how your best friends describe yourself?
Who my best friends describe me? So my nickname in softball is Simple. They would describe me as simple because I am kind of laid back. I'm the guy that's just gonna go with the flow and have a good time and make jokes and live in the moment. And really, I love to travel and I love to have fun. Life is supposed to be fun. You only get one chance at it. Live it.
Very good. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words and you just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Family.
Love.
How about money?
Need it.
One word for love.
One word for love? Joe.
Life.
Live it.
One word for sex.
Hot.
Politics. Your dog answered already. Your dog answered politics.
Politics. 8.
Religion.
Agnostic.
Fear.
Live it.
Friendship.
Important.
One word for desire.
Temptation.
One word for regret.
Unnecessary.
Success.
Depends on an individual. That's individual.
Okay. One word for wish.
Wish. Hope.
Happiness.
Safety.
One word for New York.
Exciting.
One word for Tennessee.
Vols.
One word for USA.
Freedom.
And the last one now, insurance. One word.
I would use safety again.
Again?
Safety.
Safety. Cool. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely dad for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, tell me the most beautiful thing about Jesse, and tell me something that he still needs to work on, improve on, what your dad would say.
The thing he would probably say that's the best about me is how much I'm a caring person, how much I try to help people. He sees that in me. He knows that. I really truly try to help people and take care of people, the people that I care about in my life. And what I need to work on, it would be not being so vulnerable and emotional. I can allow situations to cripple me a little bit emotionally if they're negative. And I think that he hates that about me. It probably reminds him of my mom, to be honest with you.
Right, let's play now, Jesse and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Jesse, you can ask me a question now.
Okay. I have a question for you. What made you decide to do this? Why this? What about this intrigues you?
Because I knew that one day I would connect with you. I'm joking. Right, so I think that this Magic Box, this project, it's something that I always wanted to do. There's something that I always want to do, something very creative, where I could connect with people around the globe, where I could be myself, where I could let people be themselves as well, where a place where people could be safe and they could share their memories in life. And saying that, this interaction that I do here in the show, always done in my life. When I look back during my teenager years, and even as a child, I remember when I was meeting friends, I was like, oh, tell me something interesting about your time at school. Who was your favorite teacher? What's your favorite color? This kind of interaction. And I always done that. Always, my friends, close friends, they know me that when we go out even for vacations, there is always a moment where we're gonna meet a group of different people, and I'm gonna, automatically start this kind of interaction. And I remember last time I went to Brazil with my best friend. We met a group of French people. It was like 10 of us, and we went for dinner, and after we went for some drinks, and we started talking. Everyone was talking like in a big group, and I said, oh, tell me something interesting about Paris, and we started interaction. And after, I had someone came up to me and said, William, I just met you today, but for some reason I feel like I could tell you any secrets. I don't know why. I had this connection with the way you talk to people, the way you interact with us was just so new and different, and that kind of stuck to my head, like someone who I just met, just made this kind of comments. And so through the first lockdown, when the COVID crisis started, I literally find myself in a very dark place. I think the whole world, everyone, the uncertainty wasn't there. And I find myself in a place that I wasn't able to be myself, and I was suffering a bit with mental health, and I love exercise. And I remember went to the park one day for a run, and literally this idea just came along like that. And I was like, oh my God, that's something that's I'm going to do. And I started out the project since then. I remember writing questions, like organize everything. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad and grateful that this idea came along, because the fact that I can connect with so many people, listen to their stories, and it's just amazing. Just have no idea how it feeds my soul. It feeds me. It just makes me happy, And I think it's been a beautiful journey, and I cannot see myself doing anything else besides that. So I'm working hard to get this project in a bigger proportion. And I've got other projects as well that I would like to implement in this one. But the ride's been beautiful. The journey, it's been amazing. And that's my answer to you.
Good. That's great. I'm really happy. That makes me happy. That's good.
Oh, did you have a good time? Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. I really had a good time. Thank you so much.
Thanks for taking the time today on Sunday for the interview. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Sure. No
But before you
problem.
go, if you can share a positive message or a positive quote, something that inspired you in life.
Sure. It's from the Diarios de Motocicleta, and it is from, it's actually from Che Guevara, but not being political or anything, but his life story is a little fascinating. I think so myself. He said, "You have to be the change you want to see in the world." So I think no matter how that manifests to you, I think it's true for everybody. We all have to be the change we want to see in the world. So that's my quote.
Amazing, amazing. And go Vols, always.
And always for Vols, yes.
Jess, thanks so much for the interview and keep in touch, okay? It was a pleasure connecting with you. Thanks so much.
Of course. No problem. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.